through Beverly, my first big sister, I learned of SCC, Southern Comfort Conference, that was world renowned. I mean, you're talking 1,000 people. So I had set my sights on that. It was far, far away yet.
How long did it take till you got to Southern Comfort?
From 1999 to 2001. The first year I had a red, I think I still have it, gown, came from Fashion Bug, and it sparkled sort of like this does. It was nice. But the amazing thing was is when I got there, the first time to Atlanta, I got all checked in, got all my stuff in the room and everything. And then I proceeded to hunt down Beverly. Because I wanted to meet my big sister.
You hadn't met her before?
No.
Oh, because she was from Winston-Salem, right?
Yeah, I was in Michigan.
Oh, so you met her at Southern Comfort?
Yeah, she introduced me to Southern Comfort, and I went there, and the first thing I wanted to do was to meet her.
Yeah.
And she invited me to what they call a stuffing party. In other words, when a person comes up who bought Southern Comfort, you give them an envelope, and in there is everything they need. All their tickets are in there, the brochures are in there. Everything is in that envelope. Like there's about 800 of these. So we got a bunch of people up there doing it. And then there's a pizza party afterwards when you get them all stuffed. It's glitz at its best. There's places to go, things to do. We went to Agatha's Mystery Dinner. That was downtown. There was the Mile High restaurant that rotated. That was nice. That was a $100 meal. Everybody, each person had their own waiter that stood right here all the time. There were little conferences that went on all week long. Some from the surgeons might be there. There would be people who did electrology there. There would be therapists there. These were people who dealt with those in the community who were transitioning. So you talk to someone who knew what they were talking about. Jewelry, wigs, clothing, that sort of thing. You've stepped out of the closet into a bigger closet at Tri-S. But at Southern Comfort, the sky's the limit.
So you said glitz, like some of the pictures I've seen of you and the other ladies, like we're talking glitz. Can you describe the glitz element and the events that they have that are around that?
Well, the high end is generally the last banquet, which is Saturday evening. There are gowns there that are beyond ball gowns. Mine, that I like to wear mostly, was silk, all hand beaded, gold and ivory, with a tiara.
Not holding back.
Shoulder duster crystal earrings with a collar and a bracelet that was wide crystal that matched the earrings. You dress to your dreams. 2003, I was talking with Dale Armstrong, and I showed her the jewelry I was going to wear the next year. So in 2004, she had the tiara. Silver, pearls, and crystals. And I wore that tiara with a black velvet dress.
So why did you stop going?
Because of the last year, I had an incident after the stuffing party. In fact, during that stuffing party, I happened to really read one of the brochures they put in there was on how to deal with mental situations. And For some reason, I happened to have a crash. And I made a couple of mistakes by who I called. And
this was at the event?
yeah,
You had a
this was the
crash?
first evening.
And how do you mean a crash? Can you describe that?
I just had a breakdown.
Okay.
Okay, I cut. It was the last time I ever cut.
Yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
And the security got EMT in there. They took me to a hospital, and from that hospital I went to another ward, another hospital, where I stayed for 3 days. Well, I had to buy my own way back. That cost me $40 taxi fee to get back to the hotel. And when I got back to the hotel, the first thing I needed was a shower. I was in bad shape. And while I was showering, there's banging on my door. And when I got out of the shower, so forth, I put on a bathrobe or something. There was the manager of the hotel, and there was some therapist or somebody with her, but they were beyond rude to me. They gave me 1 hour to pack up and leave. And this therapist, whoever she was, says, if you don't, I'm going to have you committed to a mental facility. Well, there was something they didn't know that I had in the drawer next to the bed. But I wasn't going to go that far.
And what was that?
It was a 45. And when I drove out of the parking lot onto the road, I called them up and told them that everybody was safe, the crazy person was gone, and I hung up.
This was the organizers or the hotel?
Yeah, this was the hotel. That's not the end of it, because I got even. It took a few months, but I wrote some letters to some CEOs.
With the hotel?
Of the hotel. The hotel manager was fired. They sent me 5,000 extra points. Blue Cross Blue Shield ceased dealing with the hospital I was sent to because of the way they treated me there.
Wow.
I wrote down how they treated me. Worse than I wouldn't treat a pig like that.
Wow.
Never went back. I tried to converse with them, to come back, and I got the distinct attitude that they didn't want me returning.
Them being the hotel or Southern Comfort?
Southern Comfort. I could give you a name, but I'm not going to.
So yeah, what was Southern Comfort's response to all of this?
Well, this is one individual's response. And I told him, I says, you people didn't even follow your own damn directive on how to treat somebody who had a mental breakdown. I was treated like dirt. I was walked on, stepped on, kicked around. That's not what your brochure says.
Yeah.
So I never went back. 2005, that was the year. So I'm
Do you
done.
miss it? Do you miss it?
I was going to try to go back, but I don't think I'm going to anymore. I don't need them. They need people to make them. If it wasn't for the people, they wouldn't have a Southern Comfort. But I don't need them anymore. I have my world.
How would you describe your world?
Normal. If you want to use the term out, yeah, I'm out. I don't hide. I live my life. I go about my business. Nobody bothers me. Nobody threatens me. Nobody harasses me. I love it. I can dress up and go where I want to go. And people welcome me. I have people who stop me on the street and say, "Hi, Tessa, how are you doing?" And I haven't a clue as to who these people are, but they do. Somehow they know me. They know me through my weaving, through my jewelry, the restaurants I go to, the church I go to, and I'm accepted, so be it. That's the way I like it. I'm living the way I need to live, and it's wonderful. You know that movie, It's a Wonderful Life? It is.